Hello guys, welcome to my art vlog, and I'm with the two artists beside me. It's Argie Amancio, Angel Domantay. Thank you very much for having us to your humble studio. Our art topic for tonight is quite serious, and it's all about client. And here's the question: is how you define your client as a red flag?
Well, I think for me, as I've been dealing with a lot of clients earlier, and I've learned my lesson, some clients actually, they try to spec unrealistic expectations. So it's a bit harder on the artist to fulfill those expectations. For example, if they want to finish a particular commission within a few days, like a day or 3 days, and it's a bit big, like an A3 size or more like A2 size. So it's actually quite time consuming for us artists. Some of them are also requesting the styles of the others that you cannot do actually. In these instances, you know that they are also red flags, since you know your limits as well and you know your strengths. You can further tell if they also want you to do it in a rush timing.
Okay, next common red flag for me is regarding late payment and dispute over fees. One example, if you're taking a commission, so it depends, because some of the artists are like doing like half. Like before you start the project, once they agree the price, you will ask for the 50% of the asked price, and then as a down payment, and 50% once it's completed. Another dispute I consider as a red flag if the customer is asking for unrealistic pricing. So like dispute on pricing, all of this, or some negotiations after you finish the artworks. Like you already finalized the artwork, you already agreed the price, and then once it's finished, then they will ask for another discount. That's a red flag for me.
If the client, is not ready to down a payment, for a project, so is it considered as a red flag already? Or it depends who is the client?
I think for me, regardless if the client is either your relative or someone from a professional, it's still a red flag if they don't try to pay the 50% that you have already agreed with, since it's already been talked to. So if you see that they don't have the will or the encouragement to try asking, how can I pay you? Or can you send me your bank transfer, then it is really a red flag. It doesn't mean that that person is actually willing to support you as an artist. They just want a specific commission to be finished.
So let's move for another red flag. How about the poor communication is a red flag?
Yes, I think it's actually a big red flag, because we have a lot of means of communication right now, social media, for example. You can also call your client if the client is available, and also email or video chat if that's fine. One more thing is, if they're not very detailed about what they like, that's actually a red flag, because they don't actually know what they like. It will be harder for you to work on a project if they have a lot of changes.
For communications in terms of exchange of ideas. So yes. I think the client should be able to communicate in detail what they really want to be the output, and also the timeline of the communication. It's very important. Like if you're going to talk to them like today, and then the response would be another day. So communication in terms of how they're going to exchange the ideas, like if they're clear with what they want to be the output, and the way they respond to the messages. Like it's very important that although they're busy, but at least you can assess like how interested they are to finish the project.
Actually, the funny thing here is I'm guilty in some ways. Maybe we will tackle next time about the red flag about the artist. But yeah, communication is the key.
One more thing I think is disrespectful client and lack of professionalism. It depends how you define disrespect. For me, I define disrespect on this matter if the client is not respectful in terms of your pricing, and also there are so many factors, but I just want to highlight one point. For me, it's a disrespect if they are going to question your pricing.
Another point about a disrespectful client is they're very inconsiderate about the timings. For example, if you have already talked about your meeting schedule and they have already agreed upon initially, and then they started calling you and saying, maybe I won't be available. That's fine. But if they're not going to have an update for your next meeting, then it's a bit disrespectful on the artist's side.
We can add also about the disrespectful is questioning your expertise as an artist.
This is actually an interesting red flag because I know for some and even for I have been questioned in terms of my credibility as an artist. A lot will question like how far have you come as an artist? This is actually quite hurtful for the artist. It's kind of questioning your integrity, but they know nothing about the path that you've been through as an artist and also your expertise. Instead of questioning, I think it would be easier if the customer or client actually asks questions genuinely. It's also a big red flag if they try to compare you with other artists. Since all artists are open-minded and they have different perspectives, I think we should respect that. The respect should come from us, so other people will also follow.
In related to that, I wanted to ask Archie personally. So you're doing canvas weaving, and there's someone ask you about why you come up on this kind of transition to your art career.
One question that I came across, if like did I study fine arts, all of this. So it's also a common issue for like some clients who are asking if you have fine arts backgrounds. Most of them, like it depends on the project. So if it's related to some kind of like corporate or like some in schools, all of this, they might ask you about your background, if you are a self-taught artist or a fine arts artist. In our bio in Instagram, because this is our portfolio, this is where we put and introduce ourselves. So if you're a self-taught artist, you mention you're a self-taught artist, and there's no wrong about that.
So very interesting. Okay, what we discuss. It's a little bit spiciness about this kind of issue, discussing a red flag about the client. Because after all of these things is we don't want to lose clients. Of course, we don't want to lose clients. That's why this red flag is not about to disrespect those clients, but we need to find a solution how to overcome this kind of red flag. Okay, guys, we're back and we're still here discussing about red flags about client. But now we need to make a solution for that. What is your solution? Okay, how to resolve this red flag problems with the clients?
I think number one, the most important thing is open communication. It allows you and the client to understand about each other's perspective. So if you have something that you wanted to say in terms of dispute, you can do it in a respectful way. And the client can also do the same. For example, in terms of pricing, like if you think that you are not meeting at a specific level or something, you can always explain to them in a professional manner about why your pricing is like this, the materials, the cost, the timing. And if the client is actually communicable, then the client might agree.
One thing I think is, as an artist, you have to set boundaries. So what I mean is that you as an artist, some of your clients are like your friends or relatives. So you as an artist, you have to set a boundary that, you're doing this as a professional artist. So when it comes to like, pricing, haggling, all of this, so not because you're my friend or you are entitled to like almost free art.
The experience before, how have you given like a free commission? Maybe for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of times when I was starting as an artist, because of course my credibility as an artist wasn't really that professional yet. But I realized that sometimes they can abuse you. So it's where the boundaries should be set. And one more thing that I've learned after this one is setting everything in writing.
In my experience, I always send the Excel sheet. You sort some things and about the breakdown for each materials that you use. Okay, transportation wise, framing especially,
One more thing I think I need to highlight when it comes to like, put everything in writing is for the artist to issue a certificate of authenticity every time they have like commissions or like, all artworks that they sell, they should issue a certificate of authenticity.
I also have something to add. Actually, whenever I talk to a client, I try to summarize everything that we have communicated in one PDF file.
Yeah.
It's like a contract.
Yeah.
So a contract, it also includes everything in terms of commission pricing, the time schedule, and also some terms and conditions. If just in case this project will be canceled, then there's no refundable fee. If in case there's a changes, then there's additional payment. And of course, the signature of the client. I think that's super important as well. It also keeps you professional as an artist.
And I think one more thing is as an artist, like, we need commissions, we need clients. But as a professional artist, we need to learn to say no. So not every client is a client.
Yeah.
So you have to curate the client that you will, accept.
I also wanted to add something. This is two scenarios that I have experienced. So just a few years earlier, since I was getting busy with work and also other commissions, it's a time when I said, I think I need to say no to other clients, right? Because of the time and because of the money. So there came a point where two clients were asking how much is my pricing. And I priced it in the middle and a bit higher. And they said it's quite expensive. I said, because my time is valuable, and that's the price, the value of my work. I said no to them as well because they also didn't accept it. What happened is after a few months, they came back, tried to hire a cheaper artist, and they told me, I didn't like what the artist did. We kind of wanted your type of professionalism and the type of your work. So next time, we will actually try to hire you. Regardless of the price. So like you mentioned, in terms of gaining respect, saying no can actually lead you to better opportunities.
Before, like 2 years ago, I'm starting to strive as a Scribble artist. And that time, Scribble art is underrated, okay? And especially here in UAE. If you want to sell your art, you want it to be unique. And there's some time that they required another kind of mediums and they want me to do it, okay? And they know that I can do it, but I say no. I will do it, but in a Scribble way. And like your story, okay, they left. And after then, they came back. And they told me, Jay, okay, let's do it in a Scribble.
One more thing that I want to highlight or add on this point is for an artist, not to the clients, learning how to say no to the clients. Like clients who are asking for commissions, but clients from the perspective of galleries and organizations or exhibition organizations. So it's very common in the UAE that, there's so many galleries, there's so many art exhibitions happening like from everywhere. So as an artist, they are your potential client also. So you have to learn to say no if your objective is not aligned to the gallery's objective or their program. If you're an artist, it doesn't mean that all exhibitions you have to attend.
One more thing, guys. I want you to answer this question. Is it advisable to seek advice?
I think as an artist, sometimes we have ego for ourselves, right? Now, I can already do this, or I'm already great at this.
Yeah.
But in order for us to actually grow and learn, for example, a glass, right? You cannot fill in a full glass that has already like water in it. You need to empty that glass in order for you to learn. So similar to our mindset, if you want to grow as an artist, you need to be open-minded about the perspective and opinions of others, but only take opinions that in terms of criticisms that will help you grow.
For me, seeking advice is for you as a room for you to learn from their perspective. So it's not only about you all the time, like, I want to focus all of this because this is what I believe, this is, what I think is good for me. But seeking advice is also learning from their perspective. And also seeking advice means that, like, if maybe this is something that they already experience, so they can share their experience to you that you can use to like, if it is commission. Like, one best example is like, have you ever shipped an artwork abroad? How did you do it? So that's the common question, or the common like scenarios that we experience. So we seek advice from those who already have like encountered such thing. So that's only one example.
Okay, guys, before we end this vlog, I wanted to ask Argie and Angel, and they will give you some advice about the red flag, about the clients, and how to resolve it based on their experience.
So my take on this and my advice to like clients who are like seeking, artistic objectives from artists is they are human too. So they have emotions, definitely. So it's very common, like, they treat artists as like a machine, like produce this and then do this and then I will pay you. If you are a collector who really appreciates art, like, you will come up with like some personal questions, like not really personal questions about the artist, definitely. But what I mean is you have open communication with the artist, like, you appreciate the work. That's why you want to get them, finish the project for you. So if you consider yourself as an art lover, you need to start loving the artist as well. Like, definitely not romantically, but if there's a chance, why not? But what I mean is, like, you need to appreciate your artist, because at the end of the day, the artwork of the artist that you're going to buy is going to be part of your life. Like, you will hang it on your wall. It will be like, the first image that you will see in the morning. And of course, this is something that you can pass on to, like, the next generation of your family. So you're not just buying the artwork because you love it. Like, learn to talk to your artist. Like, where did you start doing this? All of this, know their background, all of this. Because once you have the artwork hung on your wall, like, yeah, I bought it from him. And so what? So it's also good practice for the clients to know the background of the artist. So once they have, like, if you have guests or family members or friends to come to your house, you have something to talk about. Like, this artwork, I bought it from some artist who is from this country, and all of this is doing this and this. The technique that he did is like this. So be knowledgeable with the artwork that you're buying. You're just not buying the artwork. Okay, well, I will hang it. Because if you're doing that, then I would suggest you to just buy some mass-produced artwork, because definitely there's no soul there. And one more thing, I want also to like give advice to artists. I will highlight artists who are like new artists who wants to like pursue the world of art. There are so many opportunities. At least try to associate yourself with someone who is also in the same field, because it will definitely help you like to grow, have connection, and have better understanding when it comes to market. And also, one thing I would suggest is, if you are an artist who is joining like some exhibitions, I want you to like set your objective. So once you have that objective, if you think this specific program is not actually serving your objective, then what's the point of you joining the exhibition? So especially if it's paid exhibitions.
My advice first for artists, in terms of personal growth, before you work with other people or doing business in art, make sure that your art or the style that you wanted to pursue is the style that you love. If you're going to always accept commissions for the sake of commissions and feel like you are in different paths all at once, you may lead to art burnout. So make sure first to settle your journey as an artist. Learn which type of materials do you like working with. Learn which type of materials are you comfortable with. And then you're more confident in discussing your business with other people. So it's also the time when I was able to respect myself better, and also the client started to respect me as well.
So hope you guys you learn a lot about this conversation, and thank you so much to Argie and Angel. Okay, you can follow them in Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, YouTube, Okay, Argie Amancio, Angel Domantay, and you can follow also Filarts Guild in the Emirates, and follow jrscribble for more videos and for more art vlog here in UAE. So, thank you. Goodbye.
We'll see you.
Peace out. Thank.